So, you just tried battling one of these worms, and it ejected a cone of ice and snow and jagged rock out of its mouth and maw and absorbed and enveloped Dakath, who was protected by Arden, who took the form of some kind of angelic bat-winged entity with many eyes all over its torso. And Dakath took the sword, the Gleam of Anti, in a moment of desperation before his death, and now finds several of these massive, icy worm creatures towering over you all, just calmly and almost casually waiting there. And they all seem to be just gathering around Dakath, who stands there with the sword held high. Ganelon, you and Lenora rush up right as you see him become enveloped by the icy breath, and you have an aura of flame around the two of you, kind of protecting you. It's the middle of a heavy blizzard right now. The comets still stream overhead in large quantities, converging at a far point off in the distance towards the Western Ocean. And the massive growth of ice, which you know to be about a half a day travel, as far as you can tell, just erupting off into the distance, into the sky, impossibly high. There's a large chasm of collapsed earth where the troll had fallen when the first worm appeared. And they just kind of...
Oh, go ahead. So now that I'm holding the sword and these worms are kind of chilling out, seem to be deferring to me. When I look at the big ice thing, do I get to feel in any sort of way?
Not so much. You feel the sword almost seems as if it's a living thing. It kind of beats in your hand as if it has a heartbeat. And you can just feel emanations coming off of... It's almost vibrating. You can tell the stock, for lack of a better word, is vibrating. What Gerard called, or Arden called, the footholds for Antai's arrival.
Man, I'm gonna get into a damn duel of wits with a sword, aren't I?
Arden she comes over and takes your other hand, not wielding the sword, and tears in her eyes, clasps it between her two hands, and says, I knew it. You are Antai's chosen one. Her blood, her creatures, they're a part of you. You may command them.
I remain unconvinced that I am chosen. Perhaps I am merely a conduit for the sword that the sword requires to impart its full power. Perhaps any man or elf might command the same respect of these worms, should they be holding the sword. Nonetheless, we should take advantage of this as a benefit for our quest. Um,
Agreed. These creatures could help us get through the outlands, and perhaps even be used to combat the Thaumists.
there is the issue of this icy monolith. Arden, what did you call it?
The footholds. Ante will use them to step into this world.
Would that not be a cataclysmic event? Are you in favor of such happening?
It is Asher who brings about this cataclysm. Ante only seeks to restore the balance.
Well, if Anti is to restore balance by doing their part in destroying the world, then that's a poor balance in my eyes. What do you know of the construction of this foothold? And might we loosen it?
Didn't we watch it erupt out of the earth?
You've noticed them growing. When you first went into the wood, it was much smaller.
Can we command these worms to tunnel in, tear it down, weaken it? They are creatures of tunneling ice. Perhaps they can be of help.
I'm going to look at one of the worms and say, "You there. Tunnel 50 feet under the ground and then come back up." You just got to test it out, right? You just got to test it out, right?
You don't. As you're speaking, you can almost feel that it's communicating back to you with emotion. You don't actually feel words or anything, but you can even tell that you have a psychic connection with this thing, and you wouldn't have to speak the words aloud to control it, and it immediately responds and does as you say.
I think for the benefit of my compatriots, I'll stick to saying the things out loud until such time that would be tactically a poor choice. But when it's just us, that seems fine. How fast, how long of a trip would it be to get there on Wormback?
I've seen this movie.
That's what I'm saying.
You can tell they would travel very fast.
I don't know if they can be ridden.
You're less than a week away.
Aren't they just pure ice things?
They have all these like icy tendrils coming out of them, like almost like curved stalactites and stalagmites all over their bodies.
That sounds like handles to me.
That That sounds like slipping and falling to your death to me.
I'll point at one of them and say, what's the best way for someone like us to ride you?
It kind of slowly twists and turns in on itself and begins digging a little deep into the snow so that just, a portion of its back spikes are sticking out of the ground.
Something on the floor is not healthy for her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's my niece.
Agreed. I'll walk over and stand on the back of this and try and take it for a little test spin.
Okay, let's I'll give you a base 1 agility test to stay on it. If you fail, you'll take a superficial wound.
Okay. So you say it's an ob 1?
Yep. It's buried most of its body in the ground, so you're not too high up. Wow, you almost didn't get that.
Oh,
That's
wow.
so funny. Oh my.
First time worm riding,
Yep, so it begins moving pretty fast and dodging anything that might, be in its way or hit you while you're going through, you kind of have to duck and weave a little bit around branches, but it's not too difficult. It's pretty sparse out here. You just happen to be near more of a grove area at this point, because that's where Ganelon's cabin was. But traveling through the Outland, it's mostly empty space, surrounded by the mountains.
I'll ask the worm to return to my compatriots. Assuming I ride back there safely, I'll say, this seems, well, not entirely reasonable, but a method of travel we might take to expedite and perhaps accomplish several goals. If we were to do so, I would recommend everyone riding a single worm, because they will be less inclined to hurt me than hurt you accidentally.
So what's the plan? We ride these to Miskolc, or we ride these to the growth?
Arden
Perhaps
steps
we
in.
ride one. Oh yeah, sure.
I say Arden, just she's still kind of right next to you. She's acting up to your shadow, and she says, "I will go wherever Lord Dakath goes, but you cannot hope to influence the footholds. They're a part of this world, as much as Anti and Asher are. It is fate that they should meet again."
So you're saying that you said that we cannot remove the footholds.
Why would you try?
That is a different matter than the mere fact of whether or not they can be removed or interacted with in a meaningful capacity.
She looks really distraught. I do not know that they
If
can
you
be
would
removed.
follow me, if you would follow me, then you would hear my words and take them to heart.
If that is the will of the Chosen One.
Then tell me what you know of their composition and function.
I know only that it is the vein in which the blood of Anti and the world run. It would be like trying to tear out all of the vessels in your own arms.
I am no stranger to foolish deeds.
We need to cross the Outlands and get to Miskolc.
Do you feel comfortable utilizing these beasts for transportation, or should we walk?
Well, I have a horse. I'll just ride alongside you.
Indeed.
I worry that the Drakmarian magics of fire may not suit these creatures. But if you say that they can be trusted with someone of my talents, then I will ride.
Is your body, do you still have the aura going? How long does that last?
No.
Okay.
You would be able to mount it easily enough. And then kind of same thing if we'll have you make an agility ob 1. If you fail, you stay on it, but you take superficial damage from the ride, hitting through branches and the cold.
Can I assist
Yes.
anyone who's getting on you?
You said obstacle 1?
Yep.
Alright, I will accept help. Alright, there we go.
Okay.
My hands are freezing as I grab this thing. I really, really, really want to cast a spell that will warm me up, but I worry that if I do, I will piss this creature off. Or worry that it'll buck me.
The creatures follow any order Dakath gives them, and you head deeper into the Outlands. There comes to a point, so all of the worms are following you, and Dakath, at a certain point, you notice you can feel the presence of hundreds of worms under the earth following along. And you eventually pass the stalk, this what now looks to be like a mountain-sized tree that's far superior to any of the other mountains in the area, and it seems completely unnatural and just looks like this plant of ice growing out of the earth, and it's taking up most of the sky from your perspective, at least half of the sky because of your vantage to it. And you continue on unless you detour towards it through the Outlands to Miskoke, and you would arrive within a few days of travel, maybe even just 2 on the backs of these. You have to go a little slower with Lenora actually on horseback and tending to her beast's needs, so maybe 3 days, but it would happen without issue, essentially.
When we get closer to the ice tree foothold, does the sword give off any kind of vibe? Anything change with the vibe of the sword?
Not particularly. It just seems to be resonating with the pulse of the worms and the tree, and even with the comets overhead.
I'm just gonna look at that foothold with the sword, brandish the sword kind of in that direction, and be like, "Foothold, recede," and then kind of shrug.
Does anything happen?
Yeah.
Ominous silence.
Oh, he figured out my master plan.
So, on your 3rd day of travel, it's almost as if you hit a wall where the tundra just ends, and the worms actually won't even go within a certain amount. They get fairly close to it, but there's almost this border where they refuse to go forth no matter what your command is, and they seem to have fear of this border. And if you move through it, it's almost as if you're just suddenly in hot weather, and there's a wall of snow and ice and blizzard that's separating. And you find yourself, let's go to we haven't looked at where's our actual map? So when you come out of the Outlands, you are on a plains, and you can smell fresh water and see off in the distance the glint of a large river.
Okay,
And-
before we depart
ahead.
the worms, like when they decide that they're not going to go anymore, I'm going to address the assembly of hundreds of worms and say, "Good ice worms, we humbly thank you for your assistance. Please disperse, return to whatever it is you call a home. Do not concern yourself with the followers of Asher or Auntie. Just live a comfortable, meaningful life, whatever that means for an ice worm." That's an order!
You feel them all disperse back out into the snowy tundra. And off in the distance with the river, you see a bare outline of a rather large town. And you enter Miskoke, city of thieves.
Okay.
Took a while.
Did, but we made it.
The city is built on the river. There's a lot of boat activity. It's designed somewhat circularly. All the small common housing is around the edge of the town, and it gets bigger and bigger as you move inward, and at the very center of town is the castle Collegia Nemetes Ardentum, overlooking the entirety of the plains around the city. You know that the Semiones are based out of here, the Thieves Guild, with which Gwenmira has connections. What do you wish to do?
Ganelon, you said you knew where we needed to go.
Yes, we have the scythe. Asher's scythe is in the vault, in the vault underneath the Drakmarian College. There's additionally an artificer by the name of Zatani who may be able to help us with some of these artifacts, the sword and the staff, for instance. We should find out what information we can about the vault where the scythe is located. I will need to. I don't. The Drakmaria will certainly not just let us go in and take it. It is my belief that only the Archmagician can enter that particular vault. We will need to prepare ourselves for either me taking the role of Archmagician, which would be my preference, or finding another way in. I suggest we start with finding Zatani.
Sounds like a good place to start.
Can I test like a circles for that, maybe?
Well, you would just know he would be within the Drakmaria somewhere.
Oh, okay.
He'd be at the Collegia.
Okay. Let's go do that.
So you walk through most of the town, and there's a nervous air, it would seem, but it also seems to be business as usual. And at the very center is a massive staircase leading up to kind of a raised hill on which lies the college. There's a lot of activity, red-robed scholars all about from all ages. There's quite a uniformity to what everyone wears, and it's very similar to what Ganelon wears. You see people you know, and you notice a lot of people notice you, but no one actually approaches you. And the structure is obviously massive. There's multiple towers. It's practically a city in itself as you approach it. Don't know that either Dakath or Lenora would have been here. Maybe Lenora.
Does this look like I expect it to, or?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not like this. It's not like this structure's new or something like that. It's
No. This is where you trained. This is you can find, like the whole council is here. This is where all the classes are held, and there's massive libraries inside. And below this is where the vault lies.
I think I called it the Ember Vault. It's not in my belief somewhere. I think I called it the Ember Vault.
Ember Vault, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Where would you go when you arrive here?
Wherever Zatani is. I think that's the key here. That's the next step.
So you know that there's a whole wing essentially dedicated to artifact study and blacksmithing, and the Collegia is completely self-sufficient. There are tradesmen of all kinds that are a part of it and live here and make whatever anybody needs. Things appear to be thriving quite well under Lord Roland, whom was what we decided his title was.
I think I called him Lord Sorcerer. I think he's. I don't know what his role was. I think when
Council Sorcerer.
What's that?
Council Sorcerer.
I think that. Yeah. So I guess I saw him when I left. I think I envisioned him as in like one of the like a sort of inner circle, but not leader.
Mm-hmm. So you go to the wing of craftsmen, and here's where I'll have you make a circles test. On let me see. Okay.
I have an affiliation with the Drakmarian Magicians, and I also have a reputation as a first-in-class pyromancer. And I'm wondering if I can bring both of those to bear.
What's your second affiliation? It's your reputation as a pyromancer?
So I have an affiliation with the Drakmarian Magicians, and I have a reputation as a pyromancer. As a first-in-class pyromancer.
Okay, yes, I'll let you use both of those then.
Okay, sounds good.
He would be a higher... Well, maybe not really. Yeah, he would be a higher rank than you, so it's a +2 ob. And then, okay, yeah, so just a +2 ob of.
Okie dokie. Wait a minute. I don't have a deeds. I just have used that deeds. So obstacle is just 2.
It would be 3.
Okay.
Do you, is this guy a noble? Is there any way that we can help?
He's not noble. It's more that he's like almost the leader of the craft guild. His title is Forge of the Drakmari. And so he it's more like a guild leader. On a fail, you will learn that Zatami hasn't been seen in over a month.
Cool. That sounds like fun. Side quest. So I'm rolling 4 dice, but I'm gonna toss on a persona because this matters. Hello, human.
Yes.
Business pyromancer. Nobility. Boom. That'll do it. That's number Wang.
You know right where to find Zatami. He is always in the same place within the Collegia. And you find him at his personal forge, hammering away. Heavy dwarven mask on.
Is he a dwarf?
He is a dwarf.
Cool. Look at that hunk of man flesh. God.
Pretty much exactly what you might
Oh,
picture a dwarven forge master to look like.
I bow deeply and say, Master Zatani, I come looking for your guidance on ancient artifacts of Asher and of, sorry, I should say our goddess Asher, and of Auntie. We have some in our possession, and we're hoping to get your wisdom. Will you converse with us?
Master Ganelan, it has been some time. We thought you might never return to the Collegia or to the Drakmari.
Just do we want this guy to make a steel test for my goddamn curse?
No, you would have known him. I guess that is actually an interesting thing. Like, while you're even moving about, a lot of people recognize you, and you also notice the people that don't recognize you seem to always pick up their pace a little bit and move away from you, your group, as you travel.
Like that. Oh, good. Yes, I say it's been several years. It's been some time, 7 years. I've missed the city. I've missed the school. I'm here to. Well, I won't say what I'm here for yet, except to seek your counsel. We have potent artifacts some of them are perhaps cursed, perhaps blessed. It is not clear. There is none wiser than you in these matters.
He seems intrigued and kind of strokes his beard a little. You've come in an untimely moment, my friend.
How so?
I cannot speak of it here. He kind of looks around. I would see these artifacts, but I would not speak of this again until we are in more of a private manner. Follow me. And he kind of cleans up his area a little bit and begins leading you through the halls into his private quarters. Invites you all in, offers you some bread and dried fruits to eat. Let's start with your request. Show me these artifacts. Do you have them on you? Obviously, he goes through and introduces himself to everybody individually.
I say perhaps we start with the lore master's staff as I look at Dakath, not wanting to totally put him on the spot about, the sword, but I think the staff is somewhat less divisive tool.
Yeah, it makes sense to work up to the big crazy one.
What's that?
It makes sense to work up to the potentially big crazy one.
Yeah, let's start with the elf staff before we get to the white shade god-killing weapon. So Dakath, will you present the staff?
He gently picks it up, kind of looks at it and says, this is a very unique craft. This is of the elves. Sword and shield and arrowhead, I can tell you much about. Arms and armor, but this, well, you would need to go to the council for someone to identify this. I know of no elven lords within the city anymore.
Well, that's a real kick in some tender spot. I'll let users left to exercise to the reader. That is very unfortunate. I was hoping to perhaps use this artifact. I believe that it is. I believe that it may be cursed. I was hoping that you could assist with cleansing it. In any event, there's a second artifact. I kind of arch an eyebrow to Dakath again, sort of not wanting to totally put him on the spot. There's a second artifact that we have that we seek your guidance about. It is a weapon of Anti. It is a sword. Powerful weapon. Supposedly one that Anti's chosen will wield or can wield.
You've brought such a thing into this
Yeah.
place? Have you no sense?
Why
We
is
have
that?
been through quite a bit to get here, and we come to you with honors and respect, and we would request the same in return. We request respect in return. So speak not of our sense. Please perhaps provide me with the courtesy that comes with being a first-in-class Drakmarian magician, and trust that we have not jeopardized you or anyone untowardly.
perhaps not on purpose, but you have not been here in some time. You know not what happens here. Do you have this thing with you? Let me see it.
First, explain what happens here that is particularly relevant presently.
The agents of the enemy are everywhere. They've infiltrated all aspects of the Drachmaria. If they were to get their hands on such an item, it would surely mean Anti would prevail. You must give this thing to me. We must hide it away. Or destroy it.
I think that instead of hiding it or destroying it, perhaps we can turn it to our own power. There's nothing more potent than taking the weapons of your enemy and commanding them yourself.
Turn your heart to her if you did so. Such an artifact is blasphemy to the Mother Asher. It must be destroyed. We should bury it in the darkest depths of the ocean.
I kind of look at Daka like, this is your sword, kind of what do you want out of this? I was here for the staff, so it's kind of I passed the spotlight.
Yeah, I don't know, like, this guy is, like, Dagath is, like, just full of doubt right now. And, like, all of these people sound like zealots.
Yes.
One way or the other. And it's like, at this point, I don't know that this guy is capable of, like, manifesting a reasonable and measured response.
Yep.
So I think maybe we just move on.
Yeah.
But doesn't he know where the scythe is?
Yeah, that would be the big thing.
I
Is
think
he now going to be like, well, no, you can't get to that shit.
Yeah, I guess you know that. I hear rumor that the Asher's scythe lies in the Ember Vault. Do you know why?
Yes, it's being kept hidden away for the right time when the Chosen One shall reappear, of course. But I fear now it's being kept hidden as a prison. That the Council has turned their hearts to Anti in secret.
I see.
The Chosen One has arrived. And I'll look to Lenora.
What?
There are many who are chosen by Asher. But if you feel that it is being imprisoned here, we would make certain that it reached the proper forces.
Zetani, this is Asher's chosen, and she must wield the scythe.
Indeed.
Right. Lord Roland will never allow you entrance into there.
He will allow it of the Archmagician. Well, he could not stop the Archmagician.
There hasn't been an Archmagician elected in 5 years.
Huh?
We've been taken over from the inside by the Thomists.
I see. And who are these Thomists who have taken our order over?
That's the problem.
Should
I
know
don't
that
know
we
who.
deal harshly.
What was the last thing you said?
So you should know that we have dealt harshly with Thomists in the past.
Yes. The Chancellor Laurentien has moved to more subtle tactics after his takeover.
Is he here?
No. I know not where the Thomist main army lie. Word is they went toward Eger to seek out some treasure hidden in the depths of the mountains there. Rumors of the Scythe. And other artifacts, of course, but...
The scythe is here, though, is it not? Does he not know this? Well, that's something, at least.
This was before what I think now is a full hostile takeover. I can't trust anyone. They won't let any of the council or the guildmasters leave the Collegia. The Semyones have full run of the city.
So the Semyones and the Thomists are in league?
Not so openly, if so. I'm sure they're doing trade. The Semyones love to proclaim themselves as a neutral party. They would watch the world burn if it meant lining their own pockets.
So, I need to know if I'm to become Archmagician, either by election or any other means. I need to know who on the council may be an ally. I assume that Lord Roland is not. I assume that Lord Roland is, and if you tell me that he was, I wouldn't believe you, honestly. Is there anyone on the council who still stands with Asher?
The
Or
only
at
one I
the very
trust
least
would be
anyone.
Lady Valaria.
Lady Valaria. Do I know Lady Valaria?
You would have heard of her. She's a high-ranking council member, human, and the youngest sorcerer to ever be put on the council.
Right. Human Lady Valaria, youngest human to be put on the council. Got it. Is she a servant of Asher or simply an enemy of the Thomists?
I believe her to be of true faith. Though to follow fire is to have a hand in the spirit world, as well as the realm of the gods. But you can trust her more than most, I would imagine.
So Lady Valaria. Is the Drachmaria Zatani, can the Drachmaria be saved at this point? You say that it's been taken over. You say that it is this is a hostile takeover. You know, is it? You know, if the council is truly against. If all on the council except for Lady Valaria are truly against Asher, maybe truly against Asher, and in the pocket or in the hand of the Thomists, then Is it? Can the Drachmaria be righted? Does it need to be cleansed?
I have no
Does it need
proof,
to be
of course.
purged of these evils? I guess is perhaps what I'm asking.
It's just suspicion and rumor.
Hmm.
There are many, I'm sure, follow the word of Asher still. But there have been strange signs. Perhaps you should confront Lord Roland yourself, see what you can ascertain.
Oh, I will. Have no doubt.
I believe you should leave that artifact here, though, with me, not traverse about the palace with it. If anyone should see it or sense it, even. I don't know what her agents are capable of.
I arch an eyebrow at Dakoth.
Perhaps that would be a problem if we were foolish enough to bring the artifact with us.
So you don't have it with you? Where is it then?
In a secure location.
Are you lying? Or did you really leave it somewhere?
Yeah, I'm lying.
Okay.
That's great. I thought that was great.
I don't trust this guy.
No, he's not trustworthy.
You must not speak of anyone to any of this. But I will aid you in any way I can.
Well, perhaps we need to understand the playing field of Asherites versus Servants of Anti in the council. And that sounds like something you've heard rumors of and have suspicions of, but nothing more, unfortunately.
I can confirm nothing. I have no proof. No. But we've been quarantined in our own castle at the top of this hill. Well, God knows what. Goddess knows what is happening out there. The Thomas march about freely. Everything falls into the wake of Laurentin's army. Anti is surely to win. If you have an artifact that would empower them more, you must not let it fall into their hands.
That we are in agreement about.
Indeed.
Seek me out if you need any aid. Trust no one.
You hear anything about, well, if you learn anything of information of the things that we've talked about, send word. We'll be in Miskolc for some time.
I'm sure your presence will not go unnoticed.
No doubt. We do not mean to remain hidden.
Kind of looks at Dakath when he says that.
nod at him.
You must excuse me, I have duties to attend to. I have already broken my schedule for this. I don't want to appear as if anything is out of the ordinary. Kind of ushers you out back into the main forge area of the crafter's wing.
Where should we go next?
Perhaps we seek this Lady Valaria. Perhaps she knows. Has more information than what Satani was able to give. We could also speak with Lord Roland. He is surely going to be antagonistic towards us. Perhaps it's not yet time. Perhaps we speak with Valeria. Test our mettle against the what did I call him? Council Lord Sorcerer. Against Counselor.
The council?
Yeah, so another circles test to find Valyria.
Yeah. So I think without even having to do a circles, you would go to where you know the council members either would be or typically are, or like near they have their own wing where they live, and the main council chamber is attached to that same part of the keep. And so when you even head into that direction, you realize a council meeting is in progress. You can hear it as you approach this massive this very large room decorated heavily with flying winged creatures of flame and fire and symbolism everywhere you look. The man at the center of it all, Lord Roland of Eastane. Old friend to Ganelon here. He has characteristically a long red beard and red hair, as do many of the wizards. The older ones sporting a mix of grays. There appears to be a heated argument going on.
Well, I'd like to say I inconspicuously stop and listen, but people need to make a steel test, and they might be drawn to see me. So I would like to understand what it's about. But if my presence stops it short, then I'll.
I mean, you wouldn't be noticed until you entered the hall.
I'll listen in then. Put my hand up to my comrades and say perhaps surreptitious listening can provide answers where Satani had only speculations.
You worry over nothing, Lord Roland. The war will never reach Mistcook. We are an unaffiliated city. We have always been unaligned. Yes, while many of us worship Asher for her fire, we also worship the spirits which provide our fire. The Drakmaria has no need to get involved in such things. Lady Annalise, I understand your trepidation, but the war is happening, with or without us. It is about time we involved ourselves in it. And this goes on for a while, with the whole group kind of bickering about reasons for and against involving themselves, and a woman steps up and says, have we even any real proof the Thomists were behind Laurentian's rise to power? It's quite possible this was an inside assassination, one of her own people who disagreed with her teachings, and Laurentin simply saw an avenue to power. Any of you would have done the same. If we're going to take anyone's side, perhaps it should be the Thomists. And there's kind of some gasps from this, and Lord Roland says, those are brave words, Lady Valaria. Yes, well, we have most of his rumor.
Lady Valaria is saying that we should join the Thomists?
Say again?
Lady Valaria is suggesting that they should join the Thomists?
She didn't particularly suggest it. She just kind of defended them and said... and was kind of talking about them as the underdog, perhaps.
Hmm.
What care we for the squabbles of the gods? We follow the higher power, the spirit of fire. It literally gives us our gift. It empowers us. If anything, we should be the rulers of these lands. The primal spirits are what bind everything together. We are living proof of this. Lord Roland, as Council Sorcerer, surely you can see the need for our benefit to be more than that of these squabbling armies that praise gods which do not even show themselves. We have the scythe. Why don't we use it for our own good, for our own aid and power? Let the gods come take it for themselves if they can. From us, from our combined council power, the power of our entire city and the Drakmaria behind it. And she seems to be turning people kind of to her words from around the council.
So let me make sure. She's saying that they don't need to get involved, but that they should use the scythe.
No, she's suggesting they take power while there is no one apparently having the higher ground, essentially.
Okay. Take power from Laurentin. She's saying, let's rebel. Because Laurentin is sort of the ultimate political and military power right now, right?
Sort of. He took over the Golden Army, but there's, everything's just split. It's like the aftermath of losing a powerful leader, and
they're proposing that they become a third faction.
Right. While everything is in turmoil, they seize the opportunity.
Seize, I suppose, to what end? If I can tell from what they're saying,
you wouldn't really be able to know that.
So they just want. She's just saying, let's take power. She's saying let's use this side and take power from someone for the sake of being in power. Okay. Good. Well, oh boy.
This is your ally?
No. I've never met that woman. She sounds deranged. She sounds like she wants the Drakmaria to be what, in some position of power, and she's what's the word? She's not a believer. She's not an Asherite. It seems. Perhaps. And Lord Roland, his take was kind of. Did I get a sense of and he was opposed to her, but did I get a sense of him being aligned with Thomas or I don't
You
think
really
I did.
can't tell. Yeah. I mean, you could maybe do an aura reading test on him.
I think I was just going for his words. Like he seemed to, you know, he is opposed to Lady Valeria, it seems, and she's yeah. So
Even as you
presumably
continue to
he's-
listen, he is preaching non-involvement. He says we should not participate in anything that
that's
happens. We should stay inside of our walls and protect our people. That's his whole stance. Most of the council seem to be leaning more towards Valeria's words to get involved and fight and maybe try to... They start discussing different ways they might hinder both armies or empower one in certain ways and kind of feed both sides, and they start scheming and strategically planning how to do that.
I don't think that we can let that stand, my friend. I don't know. I guess I'll walk in. I guess I'll make an entrance, I guess. You know, in my dirty ass traveling clothes, because I literally just showed up in town, and then the first thing I did was go to a forge, a smithy, and probably got even dirtier.
Yeah. Does everybody else go in with him?
Yeah.
This is absolutely nuts.
Eyes
Yeah.
up. Most of them look up as you enter. It's pretty obvious when you do so. And your companions are unique looking as well. And you can tell a good few of them are just kind of standing there drooling at your presence. Roland glares upon you. Lady Valeria, you kind of catch eyes with her. She tries to hold your eyes for a moment. You know a few of these wizards. Lord Tomlin and Lady Talon kind of nod at you as you enter. One of them is very old. The man, Lord Tomlin. Ah. Oh.
I say
Master
assembled,
Ganelon.
counselors of the Drakmaria. I hear that there is a discussion happening over whether or not our esteemed order should enter this conflict, and on what side.
You have no say in this, Master Ganelon. I'm sorry, but you are not a part of this council.
Perhaps it is time for that to change then.
In what way?
I see you all making schemes and making plots to take power and to sow discord among the forces of the gods, and to to simply remove yourselves from this conflict, which you cannot remove yourselves from, and which you should not remove yourselves from. So a voice of reason needs to be present on this council. I've not heard one in the short amount of time that I've been here, but perhaps it is time to elect another archmagician. Perhaps it's time to elect another strong leader to this council, to our order, to guide us in these uncertain times.
You note that a few of the members all kind of nod their heads in agreement. Everyone's pretty quiet. Many of them look to Lord Roland. And you notice that he looks to Lady Valaria, and they hold eyes for a moment, and back to you. And this is no time to have an archmagician fouling things up with their ego. The council, led by me as the proxy, has been working imminently and perfectly for the last several years that you've been gone, mind you. You abandoned us. Why should you waltz in now and have a say in anything that this congregation does?
First, Lord Roland, I did not abandon you. You cursed me with this affliction that I carry, and I left the city. And second, I come with Asher's Chosen, who can and will wield her scythe against the Thomists.
Valaria speaks up. What proof have you of this chosen one?
I'll step forward and say, I was struck down by an agent of Anti, and she, using the power of Asher, brought me back from death.
This woman steps forward. Master Ganelon, you carry with you some unique companions. The failure of Amalise stands before us. I never thought I would see you in person, Elf. I'm surprised you aren't hiding in your forest or fled back to your own lands. Some say it was even you who took the final blow across Lady Amalise's neck.
Some say, come now, this is, you have, this is nonsensical accusations. And nor is this the court of the Church of Asher, where any such crime could potentially be judged.
We would not try you, of course. But why
No,
should we
you would
believe
simply
anything you say?
throw
The Lady Amelie's
accusation.
died under your care and protection. Speaking to Dakath, of course.
I forgot about
Undoubtedly, you have never failed in a charge placed before you.
Lord Roland interrupts. Many of us wield the power of fire through the spirits, but we all wield the power of fire through the spirits, and many of us worship the Lady Mother Asher as well. After the coup, you and the other generals disappeared or joined with the Thomists, Lord Dakath. Rumors abound. The city and our order is not concerned with the past. I'm merely concerned with the future and the preservation of the atavistic Drachmaria. I have given this more thought over the last few months even, and perhaps this is a sign that it is brought forth before our council now. We will hold a trial and choose a new Archmagician. I elect Master Ganelon.
Sucks.
Another
I have an instinct that says I do not trust this guy. This is a bad situation.
Trial?
An election, yes. Oh, actually, did we ever decide what that looks like?
The election can only be held after you have proved yourself on the treacherous path.
The treacherous, yes.
The trial by fire.
Trial.
Another person on the council speaks up. You don't know this person. And he says, I elect Lady Valaria as Archmagician. And there's a lot of gasps. And the man you do know, Lord Tomlin, speaks up and says, she's far too young. That is completely unacceptable. Absolutely not. And then someone else, Lord Roland, after a moment of kind of argument between people, says, I second. And she holds his eyes again and kind of nods at him.
I'm gonna crack open my own third eye and see.
You're gonna use
I
spirit
guess
sight?
intent. Yeah. I want to crack open my power, light just went out. Great, there we go. Now I can see again. Use my second sight, and I want to understand what's going on with these two. So I guess partially I'm concerned that maybe one of them is like controlling the other, and also just look just to understand sort of intent. You know, they're trying to manipulate the situation somehow. I'm trying to get a sense of how with my second sight. I don't know what the obstacle for that is. I don't remember.
So
Or maybe it's word.
Give me 1 second. It is, you're gonna make a perception.
Okay, so obstacle 4 to sense intent.
Is that an actual ob on second sight?
No, it's on aura reading.
Oh, you're using aura reading. Okay.
Yeah.
That one's an actual skill, right?
Yes.
On a failure, does it give you all the people or just the one?
I would think just. I would think that it gives me as many as Ryan suggests.
I like how it specifically is like, this skill does not grant the character the ability to see auras. And you're doing intent. Okay. If you fail...
Sorry, what was that about? I mean, I can see auras too. I have second sight.
That's a different roll.
Right, sorry, I guess I wasn't... Why did you bring up not being able to see aura?
It's just funny. It literally says that under aura reading. Like, this skill does not grant the character the ability to see auras in italics. I just thought it was funny. It's like used for very specific things, is what it's saying. If... Ob 4. Okay, if you fail this, you will immediately have to be put under the protocols for the trial, and you will be like quartered here. You will never be out of sight of anybody until it starts again. They go put you into the trial. You'll have like your own room, but...
What is this trial?
Valaria answers and says, no mere sorcerer can simply become Archmagician. The guardian of the Ember Vault must first pass judgment. And another speaks up, even getting to the guardian is no easy feat. A treacherous path can only be crossed by the most powerful. Lord Roland says, as per the protocol, you may take up to 3 companions on the path with you. Lady Valaria, you may choose your 3 associates at your leisure. And so we'll do your roll, if you are okay with that.
Yeah. Ready and willing. Obstacle 4, I'm rolling 4 dice. Make a living big persuasion, animal handling, enchanting, read, sorcery, right, bloodletting, inconspicuous, nothing, absolutely nothing helpful. But I will throw persona on it. Spend money to make money. That is a failure and not a... Okay.
No 6. Dang. Lord Roland continues. Master Ganelon, you may choose your companions. We will have quarters done up here in the council wing for you all. As per the protocol, you will not be allowed to leave the wing until the end of the trial.
Yes. I turn to my sister and I turn to Dakoth and say, if we want the scythe, this is the way to do it. and I would ask that you walk with me in this trial to become Archmagician, and that we may lead my order in service of Asher and in alongside Asher's Chosen, my sister.
Indeed.
Will you walk with me?
Yes.
Right then. I say my companions are these two here.
Would you take either Arden or Fost with you as your third?
Arden? No, I'm not gonna take Arden. Fost? I mean, maybe.
I don't know, dude. Arden could turn into a giant angel.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, that really tracks with my belief about wise leader finds his enemy's weapons in terms of power. That would be pretty cool. I have another relationship that hasn't popped up yet that I wouldn't mind introducing. Yeah, is it gonna bug anybody if I don't name Arden or ask Arden?
Do what you gotta do, dude. Yeah.
What's that?
Doesn't bother either of us.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do.
I want to name my spirit buddy, Narvi. I speak Narvi's name out into the chamber hall and say, because I can have 3 companions, right? All right, so those 2, and then I'll speak Narvi's name out into the hall and say, for my 3rd companion, I name the spirit of Cinder, Narvi.
There's this kind of squealing sound, and this little circle of fire appears on the ground before you, and sigils form within the flames. And this small, kind of crouched, demonic-looking figure crawls out of this fiery circle. They're very impish. Actually I made some fun art for Narvi.
Oh, he's amazing.
I love that.
I love him.
That is better than anything I had imagined. He looks so. That is great.
I think this is our new god. I'm swearing Asher now and pledging to Narvi.
Narvi's very small and agile and kind of bounces around, and as soon as it emerges, it says, Master Ganelon, and it runs and hides behind your legs and kind of fearfully looks out from behind you at all these red-robed wizards surrounding you.
I kind of look down at him and say quietly, after my instinct, I say, Narvi Cinder Imp. I offer you 7 years of service in return for 7 years and 1 day of your. Will you so grant me this service? it's something that we do anytime we see each other. It's always some ritualistic, amount of time and ritualistic offer and oath that we do this every time, and he's never accepted. But it is per the instinct.
Let's have you try to persuade him. I think. Check his will stat.
Well, my persuasion, I can tell you right now, is junk. Oh, it's 3. Never mind. I mean, it's not great. I'm sure he's got a decent will.
Okay, well, it's will ob 3.
Okay.
Do you need help?
I'll take it. Yeah, I want this spirit to enter into my service. Provide it with service in exchange.
If you
want to help with
fail,
persuade.
if you fail, a member of the council will work against you and openly kind of decry your use of summoning.
And openly what?
Will openly work against you during the trial.
Okie dokie.
After this test, could we take a break real quick? I gotta let some dogs out.
I might need like a quick 10-minute break even.
Lenora looks at the creature and says, there are many things about Ganelon that could benefit one of your nature. Things that you will learn in time. I am offering to help with family secret-wise.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll help with soothing platitudes and say, Master Ganelon would benefit greatly from the assistance of ones as wise as yourself.
I love that, especially since now above board we know that this creature has a will of wisdom.
Great.
Seems okie doke. Thanks, folks. So I've got anything to nothing really to fork in right now. Okay, 5 dice, obstacle 3. This is important. I need this. I'm gonna throw my last persona on it. Hope no one tries to kill me later in the mission. That is enough. That is just enough.
Hell yeah. We got a little dude.
Yeah, I got a little spirit familiar now. Pretty sweet.
Okay. Narvi just acts very excited. Says, I will pledge myself to you, Fire Lord. This is a much better place than where I come from.
Let's try to keep you away from there for as long as we can. Then you'll have to tell me where it is, but later. Well, this is all happening again, kind of like a bit, not a bit under our breaths, I think, right? This is a almost intimate moment between the four of us. I'm assuming that the other people in the council hall can't.
So you would have wanted to do this after you were shown to your rooms?
No,
Otherwise,
no,
you're doing it in front of the entire council, like.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, that they were like, hey, it's protocols now. You've got 3 friends, and I'm like, cool. I've got 2 friends. This is all happening in the council, and I, when Narvi appears, I, that conversation is very much under our breaths, I think.
Yeah. Lady Valaria steps forward. I've been prepared for this moment, I will admit. I have chosen. I will take... Where did I put it? I will take Ermis Chiselborn. And there's kind of this man who you notice now had been standing out of sight. Oh, it's so small. A very stout dwarf wearing the colors of the Craftsman's Guild. He'd just been... you realize now there's actually more even people attending up in the second tier above. There's... people have come forward to watch all of this happening. And she moves over to you, Ganelon, and she says, "You have the name of a demon. A powerful feat. I have no such," and she... Oh, what'd you say?
I was going to say, I think that Narvi is no feat. Narvi is my friend.
Huh. Perhaps it is small enough to be considered your friend. I have no name of such a creature, but I do have a bargained one. Masters of the Council, I might introduce to you Raksha, and that is not their name, of course, but they seem to answer to it. And there's kind of this burst of blue and green fire, and a being appears in front of you. Lenora and Dakath, you recognize this being as the Rakshasha demon that you had seen Loop deal with earlier in the campaign.
Oh,
And as my third agent, I would choose Lord Tomlin. And there's a bunch of gasps, and this is the man who had, not too long ago in the conversation totally stood against her being elected even, or whatever the word was. And so he looks kind of stunned and looks around the people around him and holds Lord Roland's eyes for a moment, and then gathers his wits and nods his head in agreement to go. And she just smiles. It is done then. The trial will start tomorrow. Sleep well tonight, candidates. Master Ganelon, I would have a word with you before you retire.
Okay, let's take a little break now.
So,
Yep.
So just say
Yeah,
10
in a few minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
I'm back.
any of y'all have kids?
I do not have kids. Do you have kids?
I have my 2 nieces with me,
Gotcha.
and they are the best form of birth control one can can imagine.
Yeah, I will never have kids.
Yeah. Not my jam.
Tried to play some role-playing games with them.
Oh yeah?
They said they were bored. They said it was boring.
Oh my god.
I have the perfect
I have
one for him. I'll find
a
it and send a picture.
The honey heist?
Heard about this honey heist. I've never played it though.
It's definitely a goofy, fun little one pager.
And you pay bears trying to get honey?
Well, any kind of heist, really. Because they're pretty, anthropomorphic bears, for the most part. But that's the risk in the game, is that you might go back to your wild bearness if you resort to too many. You use your bear. I think you've got like 2 stats: bear and criminal. And if you get too high on either one, then you just go either full bear or full criminal, and then you're out of the game.
Huh.
And what else did you do at Gen Con?
I mostly played a card game called Sorcery Contested Realm.
Uh-huh.
And that's honestly most of what I did the whole weekend. I got a couple friends who were real into it and just played in tournaments. I came in 10th out of like 120 people on the big main one. I was one win away from like winning prizes and getting my deck list published and everything.
Oh wow!
It was close. It was close. But just stumbled at the end. It happens.
I think we're all back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They show you to your rooms. And they kind of give you like a large suite with a few beds in it for you all to share. It's kind of like, and there's an extra room or two attached to it. One is clearly for using the restroom. And you kind of just you can stay within this wing if you wanted to go anywhere or talk to anyone on this night before. Or you can just go to sleep or talk to each other.
And this is happening tomorrow, right? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
Oh, very fast. All right.
Tell us of these trials. What do we need to do to prepare for them?
Let's have like a wise, I don't know, let's have a wise test to figure that out. Because I don't think we ever finalized it. Yeah, what do I know? Do I need to if I head over this, if I need to roll something, I might rather make a circles test to find someone as per my first belief about finding a mentor.
You don't have any kind of history skill.
Oh, I have magic.
That's true. Oh
comes
yeah,
which I can use
you
for.
cast your spell for it.
Yeah, if a history is the one that yeah, I could do obscure history maybe.
You could attempt to open Trial by Firewise or Archmagician Test Wise.
Yeah, probably like something like Drakmarian tradition wise or something like that maybe.
That's if you wanted to like create your own factoid about it. Otherwise, it'd be a history test, which you can do a facsimile of with magic.
I can probably help with a history test.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's do a history test. Let's historyate. So I believe this is a obstacle. The obstacle is equal to whatever the obstacle of the history test is equal to. So I would like to understand what goes on in these trials. Yeah, I guess how many there are, what we will face, whether it's the same every time or different. I'm assuming it's fairly complex since it's going. Yeah. What's the ob for that?
I would say that like the secrets of the Archmagician trial are kept really close to the vest within the council, and so it's probably more of like an obscure knowledge. Ob 4.
Okay. I will test.
I can help.
Some sorcery with that. That sounds good. Thank you. I think School of Magic wise would be reasonable help here, or reasonable fork here if that is sensible. What are the consequences of failure?
That's a good question. about the test and what you know about you will be. So we'll say this: even if you fail, you know that there are 2 starting paths to get into the Ember Vault, and if you fail this, you'll start on the harder of the 2 paths, and yeah.
Okay. So we are journeying through the Ember Vault. That's a thing that I know. Got it. All right. This is I'm rolling 8 dice here, and it's open ended. So 8 dice. I need an obstacle 4, 8 dice, open ended. This is easy. This is a no brainer. I got this.
You just cursed yourself.
No, I nailed
Glad
it.
you did it.
All of my successful dice were 4s. So and I got 4. I got 4 4s. So it's a good sign. Reveal unto me your secrets.
You know from rumor and story that the hill that the tower or the Collegia is built on is actually an active volcano.
Oh, fun.
And you can travel through underground labyrinths where they used to actually live amongst pools and rivers of lava, and that's where some of the more powerful artifacts were forged, which set the atavistic Drakmari into such a powerful position as they are now, and that a very powerful entity guards the gate of the Ember Vault, and that entity is meant to judge you whether you're worthy of becoming the Archmagician or not.
What are its metrics of success? What are its worthiness?
That would be unknown to you. They claim being stout of heart and valor and essentially be fire. You know, the Drakmari are all about flame, and so living as fire and thinking as fire will supposedly endear you to the entity that guards the Ember Vault.
Did you say living in fire?
Yeah, just, the aspects of fire. Think of what fire is like. That's how you impress the entities, by being fire, thinking as fire.
That is so. How do I? So, that is at the heart of the Ember Vault, and I essentially we essentially need to sort of navigate, battle, whatever, our way to this entity at the heart of the Ember Vault.
Yes, exactly.
Okie dokie. And what can we expect on the way there? It's a labyrinth. It's a maze. There's fiery. The floor is lava style environmental puzzly challenges. Is there? I'm assuming that we will probably also come into conflict with the other people. Anything else that I know about the vault itself? What to expect down there?
The only thing you would know at all, other than having to move through paths of lava rivers, is that it's expected to take several days of journeying to reach it.
That's cool.
You go very deep into the volcano below the Collegia.
Okay.
Is there an armory on the premises where I might acquire a sword that is less conspicuous when I wield it?
In here, you'd have to go into town. They would actually provide, if you requested it, they would just easily provide you with a run-of-the-mill longsword.
I will.
Which I think you already have.
I don't think so. That it was back anybody?
Yeah, you used it against the worm, and it didn't do anything. So you got that back at the Golden Army camp.
Okay.
You have it in your inventory. Run-of-the-mill sword.
Cool. Then I will keep that.
You only get the traits from the other sword when you wield it, just so you know. Unless you all want to do anything in particular, anybody?
Well, I was wondering, as the other team, the other group, are they allowed to what's the word? Can they fight us during this trial?
I don't know. That might be something. Yeah.
Would be I don't think there's any referee or guiding or judging entity down there besides the one we need to make our way to. I think that we'll be free to conflict with each other as needed. Perhaps there is space down there to while Lady Valeria seems misguided and perhaps foolish, she may not be our enemy. Perhaps she can be persuaded to stand down to back us instead. Of course, we'll still need to go through the trials, but perhaps there's a non-violent way to approach that particular obstacle.
Not with that demon.
Which demon would that be?
Hers.
I do not know of this. I do not know this demon. Do you? What can you tell me of them?
So, you have to help me out here, Nick. The creature that is part of her group, in the form of a man, was summoned or drawn into this realm by one of our companions, prior companions, and it seemed immensely powerful. I think it was very clear that we did not even have weapons that could harm it. Like it was like white shaded stats, like that kind of thing.
Well,
if I remember correctly.
Indeed.
In that case, a non-violent approach may be our only option.
Do not make any agreements with it. But surely, by binding herself to that thing, she has sworn some vow.
Is it a... There are demons that make corrupting, binding pacts. Not like my friend Narvi here, who's definitely different. Is this one of them? Is this a creature known to be known to be corrupt?
Do you speak of the Guardian?
We're talking about the thing that was with the Rakshasa.
Oh, that trickster, yes. It cannot be trusted. It seeks only its own power. Who knows what kind of deal it has made with that wizard? It could be very dangerous. Rakshasas
If it
only wish for turmoil. It will cause chaos wherever it can.
perhaps a deal is how do I put this? Perhaps a deal is the appropriate approach then. If it made a deal to help Lady Valeria, well, it can make a deal to hinder her.
It will be tied to its bond to her, yes, but if you do make a deal with it, it will not be held to in any way to honor it. I'll warn you to do so, but I will aid you where I
What's no
can.
deal?
What was that?
Because just by definition, that is not a deal then.
When you're dealing with my kind, you cannot believe what they say unless you have bound and summoned them. Perhaps if you found out his name first.
Hmm. Where did my thing go?
There's a knock at your door.
Did we know its name?
No, it was that
No.
other summoner that Loop had circled up that he helped him with,
Mm-hmm.
and so he didn't actually have the demon's name.
Right.
And then he was set free because of the deal not being bonded. So there's a knock at your door.
I called to the door. Who is it?
One sec, sorry. It is me, Zatani. Open up, let me in, quickly.
I opened the door for him.
Zatani comes in. I don't have much time. I have only so much pull on the guard in this wing. But I heard what happened. It's the talk of the entire tower. I know a way into the treacherous path from somewhere in Miskoke. I will meet you in there. You must find a way to delay your entrance, though. Or at least wait for me there, and hope you're safe in one place. I think I have something that will help you, but I must get into one of the smithies down there within the Ember Vault.
So you will enter the Ember Vault from a secret way and meet us inside.
Yes, precisely.
Where will we find you?
Where the lava flows start. Don't go too far from there. And then just wait for me if I'm not there already. Or somehow find a way to delay the trial for at least a day.
At least a day?
If possible.
That is quite a bit of time. Don't know if that will be possible.
I fear you will die without my help. Look, I have to go. I'll look for you there. Perhaps if you have trouble, you can backtrack and try to find me. And he leaves.
He wants us
And
to delay
we will
for a
wait for you at the where the lava tunnels start.
And I have to stop pretty soon, so why don't we call it there and do Artha, and maybe we can even write some new beliefs if we have time.
Good to me.
We'll go down the list. Dakath.
I did that. The first one, I will use the influence of the blade over the beast to assist her safe travel to Miskol.
Yeah, persona.
Yeah.
Yes. I do not know more. We went and tried to talk to that guy, but I didn't trust him enough to ask him questions about the power of the blade. I guess I should read the belief. I must know more about the full implications of embracing the power of the blade before turning myself over to it or continue to resist.
Mm-hmm. So you definitely got a fate for that. He essentially, I guess he suggested you talk to Valaria. Oh, well, he suggested you talk to somebody on the council and that Valaria was the only person you could trust, in his opinion. So maybe add to it now and say, like, I'll find Valaria in the depths of the vault and question her. Almost gives you a reason to seek out the other team.
Okay. And then my last one, I kind of abbreviated, but I think we still work towards it anyways. Lenora is Ash's chosen, and I have my continued existence to her. I will support her rise to the station appropriate of this certainty. She must wield the scythe. And we're here doing stuff to try and make it so she can wield the scythe.
Yeah, fate. I think I was wrong though. Valaria was who it was suggested about the staff. For the sword, yeah, he said he could tell you about it, but you chose not to. So maybe it could be something like, well, he's going to try to find you there. It could be like, maybe your character's like, we need to find him because he claims he wants to use the forge down there, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it maybe try to see if he can earn your trust more and see if you trust him to tell you about the sword, I guess. Yeah. And that kind of gives you and Ganelon something to role play out of, like, he wants to push on, you want to wait, maybe, depending on if you Or you
What's
could
that
even
guy's
say,
name?
I will cause a diversion to delay the test so that we meet him without having to get behind the other team. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Could just something to tie into
Think I
Zatanni telling you about the blade, or just
Yeah.
a whole other thing down there. Ask the Guardian about the blade, maybe. You know, just keep it simple.
Sure.
Uh,
I'll marinate on that one.
Any of your instincts come into play?
I didn't hide who I was. That was never hide who I am. That got called out in the council for it. And never hide from a fight is kind of similar.
Yeah, I don't know that either of them got out of hand enough, though. Then character traits: silver stars, fair and statuesque, fealty to Asher, paranoid.
Can make an argument that paranoid prevented me from making more progress on my belief because I didn't trust the
That's true.
Smith guy.
I think I would give you a fate for that, because that's actually a good point. You're kind of pretty strong trajectory, and you could have just shown it to him and learned about it potentially. But yeah, your paranoia did kind of push you into almost being antagonistic with them, and now none of you know if you can trust them or not. So that's a fate. And then Ganelon.
So let's see. To take control by strength, I must find a mentor to help me prepare. OBE. To lead Asher's armies against her chosen. I will safeguard my companions to Miskulk. I'd say we finally got to Miskulk. I didn't really risk anything this session to do that, but we did get there.
Yeah, that's a fate.
I will recruit the Marian Artificer Zatanni to advise me on our Antian artifacts. He didn't really need much recruiting, although again, I do think that he is kind of shady. So I don't know, maybe like a fate for that last one.
Well, that's the
instincts
conundrum is he's openly offering to assist you and saying you need to wait there. I have something. I can use this magical blacksmithing forge to like make you something. So he is kind of openly trying to help you. So I mean, if you want to rewrite it towards like this whole thing of meeting him down there in some way, you can take a persona for that. Whether you trust him or not, it's kind of, outside of the matter.
I guess maybe my point with like the fate versus persona is that I don't think I ever tested anything. I tested to find him. So I guess I never risked anything there's nothing really on the line finding him. Except again, I guess I did test circles to originally find him, but
Well, hold on a second. So let's just reflect on the things that we just talked about with regards to this guy. This guy explicitly trusts and enjoys the company of the opposition, and now he shows up the day before a race and just saying, hey, I'll help you all out. People who were talking about an incredibly dangerous weapon of his opposition. And that's a little sus, right? That's a little sketchy.
Oh, very sketchy. Well, he's also, as you pointed out, I think you used the word just like he's a zealot. Like, he's a zealot, but it's not entirely clear what he's zealous about. This guy's big Cap. I think this guy is Cap. It feels like fate to me, honestly. It doesn't feel like there was enough really at risk to.
Well, I
to-
would say
to
then
say that it's
Are you still trying to recruit him? You could reword it potentially of test his loyalty maybe or something like that.
Yeah, I'll give that some thought.
What are your instincts? Never
da-
trust
da-
Lord Roland.
I was it was always in the back of my mind, but never came up. Same thing. See with Narvi, it didn't get me in trouble. Drove things, but didn't get me in trouble.
Yeah, if you had
Character trait,
failed
Smoky.
the persuasion, it would have got you in trouble.
Yeah. Okay,
Alrighty.
I have the one fate.
Lenora.
So to be clear, I'm walking into this terrible trial with 5 fate, and that is it.
Did we get a
And-
deed?
I
You
don't think
used
so.
it on something. You
Mm.
used it to
Yeah,
freeze
right,
the worm and instead of while it was charging Dakath.
Yeah.
Oh. I should remember that and be thankful.
Well, honestly, it seemed like you were gonna have to fight. You seemed like the worm was gonna, regardless. So, I'm not certain that I think that my deeds were in vain. Sadly.
Well, you put it towards sorcery though. That's kind of the most important thing to
Yeah.
use it on anyway. So.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna ingratiate that mother.
Oh yeah, you're getting there. Okay, yeah, Lenora.
Okay. To recover her holy weapon in Miskolc, we must first cross the Outlands. We fulfilled that one.
Mm-hmm.
And now have to now it has to be chased to recover holy weapon. We must pass the trial.
Yep.
I must
replacement.
learn more of the ancient world. I don't think I really played it. I will
Ancient
find
world,
a way to
no.
ease the burdens placed upon a company. I don't think I did anything actively to play that one either. It was mostly just vibes.
Yeah, you could
So,
maybe now that more has occurred, you could add to that one relating to the trial also, or even you could be like, I don't trust Zatanni. I will make sure he doesn't, deceive us and cause us harm or something.
yes. I'll put something like that around. I could add something also about learning more about the ancient world in the.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll ask the Guardian what it knows about Asher and Antai's history or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I only really had that one belief that I fulfilled.
Nice. Let's see. Always speak with brutal honesty. Crossbow rolled. Never trust a Thomist. None of those really came up. Brutal, honored, righteous. Not so much. Okay, cool. I felt like Ganelon had really good embodiment today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would say take that embodiment.
Okay, sounds good. I will take it. Thank you.
Not much workhorsing happened.
We didn't really roll a lot. We mostly role played, which is cool.
Well, I was thinking even in the last session there wasn't much work. Nothing's been. Maybe trudging through the Ember Vault will have some kind of workhorse thing associated with it. I'll have to give it some thought. There was really no like right skill, right time. Let's see, am I missing any?
The skill of having the sword was the right time to let us leave. Let us leave and get to Miskulk very quickly.
That was true.
It's funny that was like, yeah, we've been here for a while. I've got the sword. Let's just go.
Man, if you had not decided to go to straight there though, you would have. There was some crazy stuff going on that you've missed now,
Yeah, I'm sure.
and that's gonna lead to some other things happening.
To some what now?
That's gonna lead to some other things happening that you didn't go check out the stock and see what was going on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty excited for that. I kind of figured you would rush to Miskulk, but
Whoa.
You never know.
Rush to Miskulk? I think it's been a few sessions since we've been trying to. I would not say that we are rushing Miskulk.
well, I meant rush on Wormback. All right, I can't think of anything else. Do we want to try to play next Thursday?
That would be great. I'm free.
I think I'm
Yeah,
available.
I should be free as well.
I think I'm good for that.
Right, let's do it.
Okay, perfect. I'll do some thinking. I mostly know what's gonna happen down there. I want to bring your. What do you think you'll do for your new first belief? With your now that you're in, I will use the. I guess that one's kind of about the blade. For I was talking to Dakath, I forgot to say.
Let me open up the sheet again.
Do you have any blacksmithing stuff?
And remind myself.
No.
Let's see. I don't know. It might be something about helping Ganelon in this test.
Yeah, it's probably the best way to go about it.
Just for like short term. Though who knows how short it's going to be. It could be several sessions in the test chambers.
I mean, this is pretty late game kind of area, so this could take a few sessions. Like, you're finally about to get the scythe, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. All right, everybody. That was fun. Let's play again next week.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
See you